Hey everybody, this is DayTraderRockStar, and today I'm just dropping a little note out there talking about the Tradeometer. Just put a sale on for the members, the Day Trading Radio. Actually being able to actually get the Tradeometer now for free. And I tell you, we've been working on this thing. It is unstoppable. I've been tweeting about it almost every day, and I promise not to tweet it because it's not fair to the people who've actually kind of subscribed to it and stuff. And the order entry indicator is just out of this world. And I wanted to talk about this because in the case with the markets, what's going on with the markets right now, and I have a slightly bearish outlook, for the stocks. Not much. I mean, I'm overall bullish going higher, but before this election, I think there is some things going on here, and we actually could get a pullback before the election and see what happens. Now, so with that said, and the markets have been pulling back, and the stocks have been going sideways, it's very hard to see some really good setups and take advantage of them because you have this overhanging big event in the future. But this is not really affecting the everyday scalping opportunities. And I've just been, just unbelievably pinpointing the buys and sell zones on that 1 minute time frame. These are for scalpers. This is definitely a scalping tool, but it could be used with the futures, it could be used with the ETFs, it could be used with the options. Any of the trackers. So you have the Tradeometer for basically everything. You have it for the I'll bring it over here for a second. Part of it here. You have it for the ES. You have it for the NQ. You have it for the YM. You have it for the crude. You have it for gold. And you have it for euro. And it's just unbelievable. And you have so many other things that go along with this, and how you can work it, sensitivity, and breathalyzer, and the tachometer, and everything that goes along with this. It's very, it's just so much going on. So probably within the next week or so, I'm really going to try to do a lot of updated videos on the Tradeometer, daily trade recaps, why certain things move. But again, I want to just show you exactly what we're triggering here and how valuable it is at this point. You might be saying, well, I don't like trading future, I don't like trading stocks, it's too volatile, too much risk, things move too fast. But when you look at the entries we're getting here, it's just, it seems like it's worth the risk. It's worth a tight method of keeping a real good stop, understand where the profits come in. The whole method is defined. It's a very simple method. It's all defined. So this is starting on Monday, and again, now I've been promoting, and when I do the signals on on Twitter, I have a little key that I show. I don't know if I can just pull that key out right now. I don't know no, I can't. Basically, it represents the blue signals represent the Tradeometer, and the yellow signals represent the Rambot. These are two different things. The Rambot is on the dashboard, which is what every trader, every member gets. You have this dashboard, and you have it set on the 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 60 minutes coming now. And then we have, of course, these are the HPS trades. There's a lot of other things on the dashboard, but we're talking about the Rambot there. So when you have that Rambot, which recognizes divergences, when that sets up, I usually put a circle where that is. And if there's a Tradeometer set up, I put a circle where that is in a different color. The sell signal or the short signal is square or rectangle. So this is it. This is, and what I'm so proud about this is that we put these things in real time. It's not like we're, after the fact saying, I would have got in here. We do this live on the show. I do it live on the show, and you see these setups. And even the ones that break down, we analyze it and try to understand why did it break down. And most likely, there's usually a rule that we apply that prevents those. So we talk about now. This is just, this is the best way to trade. Absolutely. And again, it's just about discipline and patience. The discipline is to understand, what you're trying to gain out of the trade. How far do you want to take it? That's very easy to figure out by you looking at your time frames. The 1 minute, 5 minute rotation. So I've gone into detail on that. I won't go into detail right now on it. But just understanding that 5 minutes should be in the direction of your shorter term time frame. If you want to take a little bit longer, you can still take the trades off the 1 minute, but you have to know that your 1 minute rotation will be your exit. And this is like finding a $20 bill every time on the ground. You get a signal, it's usually going to give you a setup. Now, if there's something not working right, or there's a trending day, or there's a news out there, something's going on with the market, and it feels off kilter, this is not to be used. You need to understand that. That's what makes a great trader. Is just saying, all right, conditions to use this are really good. A normal market cycle, things are looking good. There's no outstanding news that really bring in volume to the market. You're also using it outside the high volume area. So between 9:30 and 10 o'clock, we're not really looking at the indicators. And again, the same thing, like from 3:30 to 4. It becomes a higher volatile area, and it sometimes flushes out those areas. But anyway, so here you go. Look at these. Look at these tradeometer, buy signal, sell signal. And every signal, if you decide to take it, it doesn't mean you even have to take this. This is such a great indicator that kind of, confirms maybe what you're looking at. Look at this first pullback at 11 o'clock here. That was a Rambo 5 minute divergence, I think. Boom. And then look at our sell signal that came in. And there will be some that move out. This one's moving sideways, but in this case, it's actually showing you strength here. Because when you get a setup, you see that embedded, we know that if we look at that slow stochastic, if it's embedded, and that pullback represents a flag setup, it does get a little pullback here. I'm just saying, at this point, you have to realize there is strength in this. And there's a technique that we do that. It's called a triple stochastic flag setup. So if you see that after you see a tradeometer signal, you are getting a little pullback on the tradeometer, but it's also setting up as a flag. Then you have to recognize that and then, just understand it and trade with it. Same thing here. Look at these, but each one of these signals is coming near a peak, so you already got the advantage. And even the sell signal, the buy signal here, even though it's not a big, it's all about the entry and the exit being defined for you. Here we're starting to do something that I'm working on right now, and we're trying to work on at Day Trading Radio to add this to the platform. It's called the super signal. And it's funny to sound, but it is. It really is. It's a combination when we have a combination of a tradeometer setup and a Rambo setup. So a Rambo is going to give us a divergence. The tradeometer is going to give us the multiple time frames. It's a super signal, and it's usually one of the best signals that you will come across, and it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen a lot. So we're working on that. I identify them to you. I do that for you, but we want that automated also, so you get to get those emails. And here, again, here's the next day. Here's Wednesday. This one even popped up here and then rotated back down. This was a nice buy signal, a nice sell signal. Sell signal moved sideways, but it gave you that flag setup, which is fine. This is all in the method. The method has an answer for every scenario. First of all, you get in your entries, you know your exit, and what happens if you get into something and you're showing strength? How do you measure that the market's showing strength and you shouldn't use it as you shouldn't use it to buy the dip? You should be using it if it has strength, you want to be buying that dip, but you don't want to go against the grain. So how do you use this? Well, it's going to give you a signal. It's going to say, hey, that's a good level. We're probably going to go sideways where we normally would be going down, but our underlying indicators are telling the true story here. The larger trend is intact. The fast rotation gives you that flag, and then boom, off to the races. And, the overall market conditions and stuff. I don't know what was going on right now, right at this level. The tradeometer works overnight. Well, I'm not up, 3 in the morning, but it starts really kicking off around 3:30, all the way to 6, 7 o'clock. I usually get about 8 o'clock and I start to identify it. Saying, oh, here we had a tradeometer set up, and I'll identify it. This was actually would have been a super signal because it was a divergence and a tradeometer set up. So That's a super signal. That's what we call a super signal. That tradeometer triggers inside that divergence, or as part of that divergence. That's a super signal. Because it happened at 8:30, the Rambot doesn't officially kick in until 9:30. But we could. It's just the way it is right now. But as you can see, that is a pure divergence. That's a very easy divergence to read too. Here we have some sell signals. Perfect. Nice buy signal bounce. Every one of them is giving you something. Very rarely do you get blown out of the water on these. And most of the time you're right on. Here we had news breaking down. When we break down on news, I remember, that's where you could break down, and that's what you have to recognize. That's the bad part. Here we have a divergence, nice pop. And, each day goes by. Here's the overnight trade. The next day, this was actually a Friday. And the Fridays are tough. Fridays, I would say, are sometimes dead, grindy. Today was a jobs report, and there was news out there. And we had some news on Deutsche Bank, so it was it wasn't a choppy day, it just wasn't the right feeling day. And it gave us some good signals. We had a kind of what is this? This Friday? Oh, that's a Monday. That's another Monday. So I started weeks ago. I started 2 weeks ago. So this is now Tuesday. Look at the signals there. Look at these. Look at these signals. I mean, everything. And then you have the recognizable patterns. I mean, these we marked them all off for you. So I mean, I went through all these. Here's another super signal. Almost a super signal. Probably was. And then this is Friday today. So today was a little weird. We don't talk about the 9:30 trade. Here was a nice one. Here was some news out from Deutsche Bank. And we had a super signal moved up. Then we had kind of a super signal, but the super signal needs the 3-minute, 5-minute setup. So that's not really qualifies. That was a 1-minute setup. I marked it down. And it was a tradeometer right up against the trend line. That one actually moved against us. And it was showing some strength. So that one did not play out as you would like to see it play out. But other than that, then that divergence came in. We traded that. That worked out fine, and that was the end of the week. But that is the key here. The key is letting these things set up. Have those kind of bots on your side just to let you know when those setups are there. If everything confirms. Very easy. Remember, this is a job. This is a job. So you have to have. It's not just something to fly by night. Get up in the morning and try to figure out how we're going to make money when I get there. No, this is very easy. You wait for your setup, you take it because you know your strategy exit strategies, I should say, and and just repeat. As I said, you're going to hear me saying that these trades are $20 trades, and that's the minimum. So when we get a setup, you should get $20 out of it if you just actually just took
he's watching the fights on Fridays. He's at a wedding right now watching on his phone.
Took just 2 ticks off of this each trade.
Respect to him. As Diamante Aguirre
you'll be good to go.
So is Joe Martinez.
And that's just the bare minimums right there. That's the bare minimum. There's other strategies we use with multiple contracts. We'll discuss that with a follow-up video. But hopefully you understand the importance of doing this. And if you're, definitely check it out. Check it out. Watch next week. We'll be using it exclusively next week, mostly. Just because the stocks are still kind of shaky and the market's shaky, we're going to focus on the ES. We're going to try to focus on trading even the options on the SPY, or even trading the SPY off of these indicators, these entry indicators. Remember, everything you get here is, you could take a trade off. It doesn't have to be futures. You could be, a weekly options on the SPY. That's so liquid. It moves fast. It's like trading a penny stock, depending on where you are in the week and what the price is. You could be just, racking it in. You get 20, 30 cents. You get 30% on your trades very easily trading this method. It just takes time. It takes dedication, and you need to do it. I'm all over the place, but I want to try to do it next week for you. All right. So that's it. Get on board. I am only extending the sale to the Tradeometer to members to next week, to next Friday. And then its price is going up. We figured it out. It's way too cheap. It's basically, we're giving it away to people who are lifetime members. So they're getting it for lifetime. And the yearly members, they get it. That price will probably stay the same. So you're getting it free if you sign up as a lifetime or a yearly member at Day Trading Radio. If you're not, if you're just a monthly, you can still subscribe to the monthly subscription. It's $34 and change. If you're not a subscriber to Day Trading Radio, you can still get it. It's $49.95 a month. And you get a trial on it. So try it out. Take the trial. So Tradeometer.com. Tradeometer.com. Take the trial. You'll see it work really well. But listen to the show too, because you need a little analysis after that. But anyway, we'll be focused on this next week, and I'll see you then in the markets. DayTradingRadio.com.
Works in Cancun, or he was working as a certified